Hey everybody, welcome back to another AMA podcast with BlockStar. Today we got an exciting show for you today. My name is David Hunter. I'll be your host today. We got Zavdi, our project acquisition man, that'll be here with us today, and then also Toby and Mark from over at Legit Crypto Lounge. But before we get into all that, we're going to jump right into BlockStar updates and news. Pretty exciting stuff going on behind the scenes. As you guys know from the last podcast that we do every single Tuesday at 8 p.m. UTC, I made some announcements about the Launchpad. One of the things that we're going to be adding to that, and we're going to be finished testing out this week and into early next week, will be the ability for some of our partners like Legit Crypto Lounge and some of the other ones to be able to come in and offer their services and their marketing products in with our when the projects come in to create their pre-sale. So as a user and you want to get involved with some of these pre-sale and private sales, you will be able to see what those projects are doing as far as marketing and who are some of the providers that they have chosen to go with moving forward for their marketing. Some of the things that you'll also see on there is also for the KYC services and some of our other partners on auditing. You'll be able to see that those have all been taken care of and all paid for in advance through the pre-sale. So that gives you a little bit more ability to do some further research and see what that project is doing before it ever goes into launch. Also, if you are a lounge or a project out there that's looking to be a partner of BlockStar and offer your services within inside of our ecosystem on our Launchpad or some of our other utilities, feel free to reach out to myself or our head of project acquisition, Zavdi. All of our information is always here on BlockStar, and you can find us over on Twitter and also on our official announcement channel there on the Telegram. But for all communications, we would prefer them to come directly through the BlockStar platform, which is where you will catch me 99% of the time. So that is probably the biggest update for you guys. Obviously, the staking and all that stuff is already live. We did have another project that is just added their collection over to the NFT platform on BlockStar as well. Also, just to kind of look at the token price as of right now, as you guys know, the market is bleeding out right now. I got a couple of bets. Everybody says Bitcoin's going to 15K, and I think it's going to stay around that 19K. I think we're going to hit bottom. I'm going to start rallying up. Obviously, that's not financial advice for any of you guys listening out there, but I do encourage you to do your own research into the market, into crypto, into a lot of these projects. As you guys can see, we do have a lot of these projects that have been joining BlockStar, and along with those projects, we're also getting a ton of their community joining BlockStar and coming in and learning the ecosystem. It is a little bit of a learning curve coming in from another platform like Twitter or Facebook, but we do have a lot more to offer our users. As you guys know, we have tons of modules and tons of utilities. So if you are new to crypto and you just want to come on and be social and you're not quite sure about the crypto space, but you're looking to do some learning, check out all of our courses over on the courses module. That'll give you a general idea of what blockchain and money is, how to DeFi for beginners and advanced. And then also, if you're looking to get into the NFT space, we do have How to NFT, and it goes through the entire breakdown from start to finish what NFTs are, how you get into them, how you trade them, and what platforms are available. Obviously, we do encourage you guys because we do have our own NFT marketplace to check those out as well. One of the updates from last week as well about the insurance premiums. Also, I forgot to mention with the NFT insurances, you also get a share of the revenue from the IncuPad Launchpad. So any of those projects that are launching and people are purchasing those insurance premiums, all of that money goes directly into a treasury, and all of the people that are holding those NFTs right now, the ones that are minted are the epics, but we will have a common, uncommon, and rare as well, but those will be at a lower tier for the amount of earnings and rewards that you will get as a percentage of the overall money that comes into the IncuPad and to the DexPad, all through that Web 3.0 Launchpad. Also today, like I said, we're going to get to hear from Zavdi, kind of things he's been working on in the background. I know he's been adding a bunch of projects. So if Zavdi, if you want to give us kind of a breakdown of some of the projects you've been talking to, some of the ones that have come on. I know we've done a few AMAs over the last week here. If you just want to give us kind of an update on that and what you've been working on in the background.
Sure, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hear you just fine.
Okay, yeah. So I've been working on getting a bunch of projects to come on to BlockStar and start using all of our different utilities, such as the group, so they can talk to each other, and trying to organize some AMAs so that they can come talk to David and I. And so some of the projects that I'm looking into are Evergrow Coin, and then there's a lot from Defiance. Some of those are, I'd have to look at my list, but some of those are Green Life Energy, Evergrow, or sorry, Everrise token, um, and those sort of tokens. And yeah, so it's sort of, I'm sort of building a pipeline right now such that I've started talking to a lot of people, and over time, those people will eventually warm up to the idea of coming onto BlockStar. And already we've seen, I think, 5 or 6, maybe even 7 projects come on. And so we'll just sort of see a steady stream, and it will grow because I'm in a sort of network with each project. And if they have partners, I'm going to try to get their partners to come on as well. And then I've just been trying to, increase our reach on YouTube while always linking back to BlockStar, and the same thing on Twitter, Spotify, and Anchor. So.
Yep, so that's all some pretty exciting stuff. I can contest that he has been talking to a ton of projects out there. Um, Obviously, if you guys have seen, make sure to catch us Wednesday through Friday is when we do all of our AMAs. And as you can see, that we've done several AMAs with some of the projects like Baller Rest, Pulley, True DeFi, and we have a whole schedule going into the next couple of weeks and into next month as well. So if you're looking for that new hidden gem out there, some of these projects are getting ready to launch. Some of them have already launched and they're still in their early phases. So it's a great time to get involved with some of these projects and to check them out. Obviously, again, do all of your own research, but we are trying to accumulate as many projects as possible, at least the ones that we think are the most legitimate in the space to start doing these AMAs with. Which is one of the reasons why we have Legit Crypto Lounge on as one of our guest speakers today. We want to get some insight from them here going forward. But before we do that and everything, like I said, we want to jump over to the charts. As you guys know, with the market bleeding and going down, like I was mentioning earlier, with those bets and everything, I think I'm going to win this one. But BlockStar has stayed very, very steady. And as you guys know, we have continued to add liquidity every few days, every week, and we're going to continue to do that for as long as we need to make sure that we keep it right above the market value, and we are keeping it pretty well as a stable project when all these other projects out there are losing 90% of their LP. We just continue to add to it. Right now, we're in a building phase, so especially in markets like this, as you got most of you guys know, I've been in the space. Come August will be 13 years, not that 12 anymore, like I used to say, because in August I'll be happy to say it would have been 13 years. So we know how to run these projects. We know how to build. And right now in these type of market conditions, this is where we really stand out. And this is where we're going to focus our time, is building and bringing you guys new utilities and new things moving into the market, like our Launchpad 3.0. Again, we've already turned live in less than 2 months of being live with our token. The social media platform is live. The NFT platform is live. The staking platform is live also for staking for those NFTs. Again, for those insurance premiums. So those are for life. Again, just catch up from last week. If you hold one of those insurance NFTs, you get 25% of your money back from pre-sale or private sale within the first 60 days. If anything happens with that project, whether it be an exploit to the contract or a rug pull, you get 25% of your money back. If you hold two of those guys, then you get 50%. 3 of them, you get 75%. And if you hold all 4 of them, you're going to get 100% of your money back. Looks like Mark joined us from over at Legit Crypto Lounge, so we're happy to see him jump on. We're going to be getting into those guys and really picking their brain, talking about some of the projects they've been doing AMAs with, and also kind of the market behind that, how they got into being lounge owners, and their idea of what the market is at now and where they think it's going here in the future. And maybe we can get a sneak peek at some of the AMAs that are coming up here very, very soon. Also, a couple more updates just for BlockStar in general. As you guys noticed, we did add that affiliate module, which I mentioned last week. Really excited that some of you guys are starting to use that. I can definitely tell that they're getting more and more people that are coming onto the site that are using those referral links. So we appreciate you guys for going out and sharing that on all your different socials and pulling them back into our ecosystem. Just an update on the DEX and the wallet as well. As soon as we get this Launchpad 3.0 turned out, and we're looking to do that just with the additions that we have been adding. We're looking at pushing that back probably around the 2-week mark from today. And then we're going to get that live. And we do have our first 2 projects. Again, like I said, on last Tuesday, we're not ready to announce those names yet, just because we want to give it a chance to announce that as a partnership and as a group, and that way they can maintain the hype in their project and have something exciting to tell their communities as well. So they showed up a little early today, which I appreciate. So Toby and Mark, welcome to BlockStar's podcast. Glad to have you guys on today. If you guys just want to tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got into crypto, we'd appreciate hearing all that stuff.
Hey guys, so yeah, thanks for having us. I'm Toby, otherwise known as Tobster, one of the co-owners of Legit Crypto Lounge. I'll let Mark introduce himself as well.
Hello there. Yeah, can you hear me okay? Just I'm on my earbuds, so just want to make sure you can hear.
Yeah, we hear you fine. This isn't Telegram. This is BlockStar. Go ahead.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I'm Mark. Well, also obviously the co-founder of LCL, Legit Crypto Lounge. A bit about me, I guess. Been in business quite a few years, doing various things, mobile catering business, mobile bar business. I launched a digital loyalty app, done a few other things, and that's my background basically, business, and it's the thing that I like to focus on when we have groups in, projects in. I focus on the business element and the people behind the project rather than just what the token does, because for me it's all about the people behind the project. They're the ones that are going to deliver it. So if they don't have a strong team, I know it's not going anywhere. In terms of how we started the lounge, I guess that has to start with Toby, because he is the one that introduced me to crypto in the first place. If it wasn't for him, then I would be looking in 5 years' time, absolutely gutted that I didn't get into this space earlier, because we all know where it's heading. So yeah, it's definitely the place to be. As soon as I got involved, which was relatively recently, in fairness, it was back in last October at the back end of the last bull run. And as soon as I got in, I was absolutely hooked. I knew this was the place to be. So me and Toby discussed at the time, how we could get involved and stuff. There's so many rugs going on, so many scams. How could we help legitimize the space and ultimately, obviously, profit from it as well, because that's what we're all here for at the end of the day. But yeah, we just wanted to help people bring decent projects, and build up a community, a proper community of like-minded people that want to invest in solid projects and make a load of money. So yeah, that's my intro.
Hey, we appreciate all that information, Mark. If you guys don't know already, we love Legit Crypto Lounge. We've actually done several AMAs over there as a project for BlockStar, and we keep referring people over there because they are literally one of our favorite top. If there's a top tier of top five, they are definitely up there in spot number one. So I'm a huge fan of them. I've been a member of their community, and we continue to do a lot of our updates, and we have partnerships already with Toby and Mark. They do a lot of great philanthropy stuff as well. So they give back to a lot of charities. And they also do jackpot drawings and all of their AMAs and everything as well. So we are a huge fan of them, and we will continue to hopefully be able to invite them back to our podcast as well. Some of the things that I really wanted to get into with you guys is how did you guys come about, how to structure these AMAs? What things are you guys really doing different? And I know this from a personal level, but I think a lot of our audience would like to know, what type of things do you look for projects when you're pre-vetting them to come on and say, hey, this is a good project that I think we should bring in and do an AMA for? Because I know you guys got two different groups. You have the DGen Play group, and then you also have the Legit Crypto Lounge. So maybe give us a little bit of difference between two and how you guys pick projects to be able to come on and do an AMA with you guys.
Well, it's actually kind of interesting here, because we'll be willing to give anyone the time of day to come and present a project, because in an AMA with a project, we will be going through everything. We'll be breaking down the whole project from like Mark mentioned, his favorite subject is the team and kind of how they've got together, the experience they're bringing. We also run through the project and the utility, whether it's sustainable or not. delve into everything from the pre-sale structure, private structure, tokenomics. We run through everything, but one thing's for sure, like the way we differ from different AMA lounges is we're not there to paint a project in a specific light. So if they come into the lounge and we run through the questions with them, we're basically providing a platform for you to do your own research. We're asking all the questions that you should be asking a project when you jump into a project, but we're doing all the hard work for you. So all you got to do is you got to listen to the questions, listen to the answers that you're getting back. Work out for yourself if you're satisfied with things. We might steer you to see things in from a different vision, like you should do, because unfortunately, like we all know, there's too many scams and too many bad projects in this space, and we want people to learn. We want people to educate themselves, and it's a common thing for people to say in this space. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. Well, that's what we're doing. We're allowing you to do your own research. Nothing is, of course, financial advice, and nothing should be taken as financial advice from anyone. It doesn't matter how much influence they have. It's time that people kind of learn to look at these questions that we're asking projects and make their own decisions about whether they should invest or not. But I'll never be afraid to say if someone sent me a DM saying, "Are you going to invest in that?" I'll give my honest opinion to them. But at the end of the day, each individual should be making up their own mind about their investments. They should also not only be looking at that, but they should be going in with an exit plan. And it doesn't matter whether you're investing into a shit coin or you're investing into a blue chip, or even if you're day trading or Bitcoin. Everybody should go in with that kind of attitude.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And that's something that we at BlockStar can get behind. That's why I'm a huge supporter of what you guys do over at Legit Crypto Lounge. And as most of you guys know that are probably listening to this that are part of that community, I'm in there all the time on these AMAs because I always have questions about projects. Plus, it's a great resource for us to find great projects that we want to bring into the BlockStar ecosystem as well. And as someone that has a project, being on the receiving end of some of those AMAs and being there, being asked some of those tough questions. I wouldn't say that everybody that comes through there that gets asked tough question always has the right answers, but it's great to have guys like Toby and Mark that are willing to ask those questions that everybody is thinking, but a lot of people are afraid to ask it. Because even though these projects are holding AMAs on Legit Crypto Lounge, getting asked those tough questions and being able to come back with a response that makes sense to an investor, because if they don't know the answers to those questions, I know that Toby and Mark always invite those guys back to their group to give further explanation as well. But these are questions that should be asked within the space, and anybody and any project at any group like Legit Crypto Lounge that is looking to make the space more legitimate and bring more transparency and awareness to the space with learning and working together as a community and asking these types of questions, we can definitely get behind, and that's somebody that we want to support going forward. Legit Crypto Lounge does have their own group here on BlockStar, and I know they're working hard now to try to get all the new images up and everything. I know a lot of their community members have already joined, so we look forward to hopefully have those guys doing their AMAs over here instead of just on Telegram. But they do have a Telegram group. So if Toby or Mark, one of you guys want to tell us the links and how to get over to the Telegram group, we'll also put those right into the description as well of this podcast. And that way you guys know exactly how to get over there and go and interact with that community.
Yeah, sure. I can give you all the links and stuff. But just on that note as well, like you just said about projects, it's a chance for them to come and learn as well. And like you said, if the projects were to listen to feedback and go back and change a few things, and then come back and update the community with what they've done to make things better, then that's the signs of a good project in my eyes. That's a sign of someone who's willing to adapt, because we all know that having to adapt in this space is key. It's a fast moving industry, and so anyone who gives us the time of day to listen to us, and we'll give them the time of day to listen to them. And nobody's perfect. Every day's a learning day in crypto. I'm still learning every day. There's always something new happening. a new kind of scam or rug pull to try and avoid.
So just to tell you guys, and one of the first things that I was told, I think it was Mark that I was talking to when I originally, Toby approached me about doing the AMA with them as a project for BlockStar. So me and Toby kind of hit it off. One of the first things that my interactions with Mark is he told me my design was shit on BlockStar and I should probably change it. And and I really sat and thought about that, and he was right. So there were definitely some room for improvements and everything. So as a project, going through the process of what a lot of projects will go through when they come over to Legit Crypto Lounge, some of that stuff, and Toby and Mark and I, we joke all the time, and even away from being just inside of a group on a personal level, we do have some interactions and everything, and they have become great friends of BlockStar and also personally. But those guys always have the best interest of their community and also are always willing to help other projects and to give them feedback, good, bad, or indifferent. It is definitely feedback. And any feedback you can get as a project owner or somebody involved in the project from the investor standpoint as well is always good, in my opinion. So it looks like we got Omar with us. Omar, you want to tell us who you are and your role in Legit Crypto Lounge as well?
Oh, in fairness, Omar might be working at the moment.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yep, it says Omar can't talk right now. So, Mark, if you want to tell us who Omar is and what his role is in Legit Crypto Lounge and what he does for the project.
Yeah, sure. Omar is a little legend, basically. He's the one that came in and, well, together with Toby, but Omar seems to have a lot of experience in. Well, he's doubled up now. He's that good. No, but he's helped in our community a lot with in terms of engagement, welcoming new members, sorting out our bot protection. We got hit hard by a bot attack in the group. I think we would have about 20 to 30,000 members now if that bot attack had gone through successfully. So yeah, he's here all the time at the moment. I know he's working hard. He's also known as the Sleeping Beauty because he's working hard through the night and catching up on rest and stuff. But he does help out a lot with our community and a lot in the background for me and Toby in terms of helping with graphics, designs, and other feedback.
No, that's awesome, Mark. Yeah, we know Omar well over at BlockStar. He also has an account. So if there's any ladies out there that are single, Omar is also single, and he is looking for a girlfriend that's in the crypto space. So I want to definitely do an advertisement, which brings me to the point about the BlockStar Meet Me module. So if you guys are looking to meet guys and girls in the crypto space, Omar is one of the poster people for that. You can just go on there and you can just click and swipe left or right. And when you get to Omar, make sure you swipe right, ladies, because he is looking. And I'll be glad to have a conversation with him after this because I'm sure he'll be super happy that I announced that for him. But it gives you a good opportunity to go on and try the Meet Me module. So if you are looking for that Tinder style swipe left or right, you can do that directly right on BlockStar. So thank you, Omar, for being the ambassador behind that program. And obviously he can't reply right now, but he has definitely replied in the chat. And so we're not allowed to say some of those explicit things that he is messaging right now. But Omar, we definitely appreciate having you in our ecosystem as well. We love you. We love the guys again over at Legit Crypto Lounge. Let's really get into talking about the market, right? So, Toby, I know that you and I have had some personal conversations, and some of them have aired out in the Legit Crypto Lounge room. Where do you think Bitcoin's going? And then it's dead silence. What do you think, Mark? Where's Bitcoin going, buddy?
That is the $1 million question, isn't it? And it's so tough. It's so tough because the way people were talking like a couple of weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was just everybody was on a downer. It was going to keep going down. obviously there was silly talk of 3K and all that stuff. We all know that's a load of rubbish, but there was genuine talks of, between the 12 and 14K mark. And now it feels like the sentiment's totally changed. And now people are feeling like we're right near the bottom at the minute, aren't we? So
Sure.
I personally think that it's coming down a bit, but it partly depends on how bad the recession hits, globally. And I don't feel like we're going to know what the impact is until we start getting some more information through, and when the recession gets confirmed.
Right.
But I feel like, personally feel like, I think you feel the same way, that we're closer to the bottom than some people may think.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tell you guys what my opinion was, and obviously this isn't financial advice, but as you guys know, at some point in crypto, no matter what your prediction, eventually you'll be right, right? So my prediction is, I think we've already hit the bottom. I think we had a false rally here in the last week or so. I think we're going to jump back down to around that 19.4. It could go as low as 18, but I think then we're going to see some consolidation for a while, and then I think we're going to run into a rally and then some more consolidation after that. But I think that over the last week was kind of a false rally, and I think we are going to dip back down. As you guys have seen, I've been saying this for over a week now, and so far I've been correct. But again, in crypto, no matter what your prediction is, if you base it off of percentages or numbers, eventually you're going to be right, unless you're Toby Hardwood over there and you say that Bitcoin's going to 15K, and that's why we have a lifelong fund bet where I will eventually be right, and he has basically priced himself out of the market. So I'm not sure what happened to Toby. I think maybe he had some difficulties over there. It looks like he's back with us now. What do you think, Toby? Where is Bitcoin going?
Yeah, sorry, I seem to be having some connection issues. I think the wife must be taking all of my data at the minute. Watch. Yeah, so had a little bet earlier on. To be honest with you, I'm not bullish at all at the minute. Fundamentally, if you look at it, this recession's been covered up for a long time. It's been a long time coming, and yeah, I think we've got a way to go down. To be honest with you, so I was probably a little late into stabling up, and I should have done it a bit earlier.
Right.
And
Hindsight's
then
always 2020 in this space.
well, yeah. I mean, the thing is as well with this space is you can't hang on to the mistakes that you make, because otherwise it beats you up, and
Right.
you quickly kind of switch off to it, get frustrated, make mistakes, FOMO in, FOMO out, that kind of thing.
Well, at some point you have to get it right twice. You can't just get it right once. You have to be able to get it at the bottom and then sell it at the top. And I think some people have mastered getting one or the other. They haven't mastered getting two of them.
Yeah. So I mean, like you say with that, and it's very hard to time the bottom or even to time the top when you're trying to sell the top.
So what is your advice to people that are trying to time top and bottom then?
Yeah, so we've had a little bit of a laugh, haven't we? Saying that, I mean, I think Bitcoin's going to 15K, but for me, I'm probably going to start DCAing back in at 18. So we hit 18, start putting a bit back into the portfolio, all the way down to 15, and always keep a bit of a dry powder. So keep a little bit of fiat or even a stable coin, just in case it goes even further than you think, and then you can really buy the bottom.
Right. I really think that's solid advice.
But don't try and time the bottom with all of your bag.
Right. Because you'll never get it. I think that's super, super solid advice and everything from an investor standpoint and somebody that's been trading in the market. I know Toby does a lot of leverage trading and everything, and he's done well on some and not well on some of the others. So, like I said, sometimes you have to get it right twice. You can't just get it right once, because eventually you're going to lose that way. But I think that's solid advice, telling people to dollar cost average in and always keep a little on the sideline just for that rainy day. And you have a little ammunition to go back into the market as well. I think that's solid advice. You're always going to do well if you dollar cost average in, because it doesn't matter what it does technically for that day, unless you're going to be a day trader. If you want to be a solid investor going forward, I think dollar cost averaging is the best investment strategy that anybody can take and give. So Toby, tell us what projects are doing wrong in the space right now. I'd love to hear your opinion on this from a lounge perspective. What do you think some of these projects are missing when they initially come to do an AMA or initially going to launch? What do you think?
For me, there's I would look for. One of them would be the community. So, you know, a lot of projects for me go about building the community up the wrong way. They jump into all these hype call groups. You know, at a minute, people are looking for a quick X. You know, and we've seen projects come through that have built solid communities before they've even come to the likes of us. And they, by doing that, by creating a community of people who believe in you rather than that are in it for a quick X, then you're building a solid foundation for the project. You know, right. I always say like a slow mooner is more bullish than something that goes parabolic straight from the gate, because people are looking to exit that. Secondly, like Mark's favorite. In fact, I'll let Mark talk. But you know, what's brought the team together? What are their intentions? Like, why are they in it? What are they? So I'll let Mark talk about why the team's in.
Well, I actually have a specific question for Mark. This is something that is close to Mark's heart. Mark, what do you think about the projects that are really starting to build in the metaverse? What do you think about the metaverse, the hot topic in crypto right now? What is your opinion?
I thought you might bring that up with me. So I think we always joke about it after AMAs, where projects come in and promise the world with a $10,000 budget, and they plan to create this ginormous open world, amazing, all singing, all dancing metaverse within 3 months, and they've got two people developing it. So that gives you an idea of where it goes wrong instantly, and I just switch off from that moment. Obviously,
on that note, Mark, I'm a little confused now. So if I go do a private or pre-sale and I want to raise 100 BNB, you're telling me that I cannot build a metaverse?
I'm saying you'd have to have some big skills to be able to achieve that. Basically, you'd have to be David Hunter single-handedly doing it on your own, and that's.
Well, I appreciate that. And no, Mark's absolutely right. And this is something, you know, we take in as a joking matter, but it's very, very expensive to build these game engines and build on these game engines for you guys that are new to game theory and new to the space. But he's absolutely right. Projects have the misconception of pricing stuff out, and then who falls victim to that is the people that are investing in those projects, right? That are only raising 100 BNB and expect to deliver a full blown walk around metaverse, a full open world. It just doesn't happen that way, guys. As for somebody that's been building in this space and building in game theory for many years now, it's just not possible without having a very big budget. And that's one of my concerns in this space is most projects overpromise and underdeliver instead of doing just the opposite of that. So as a project, if you're somebody out there that's looking to build a project, now I understand not everybody is as fortunate as I am to be able to build things out first and then deliver them as a base product to add things onto it. But let me give you a little bit of advice out there. At least get with a group of people that have the experiences that you need to at least develop a base platform. So if you need to build out a website, find a website guy, bring him onto your team, let him be the one that puts his sweat equity into the project. The same thing with somebody if you're looking to build a game, whatever you're looking to do with inside of that project, but bring them on your team and stop doing a lot of these third-party things that overpromise you and underdeliver as a project. But then also that way you're not doing the same thing to your community. So I 100% agree with you, Mark. A lot of projects do out there. They overpromise and underdeliver, and that's one of the reasons why we will not see 90% of the projects that you've seen when we're in a bear market will not make it to the next bear market. We'll see a whole new set of projects, and so I'm hoping space changes this time around. But go ahead, what you were going to finish saying, Mark. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, sorry, no worries. It's just I wanted to pick up on another point as well, and that's the fact that projects, when they do raise this money, they feel like like private and pre-sale and stuff. It's almost like just a frenzy. Like, right, I've got this money, I need to spend it. I need CMC, I need this, that, and the other. And in a bear market, it's your money, your marketing funds are going to work nowhere near as hard or as well as when you're in the bull run. So for me, the best thing that a project can do, if they're a legitimate project and they've got some type of utility behind them, is to save those funds and drip feed it so that you're continuing to build on the community, keep them happy, but acknowledge and tell them that we're in it for the long run and this isn't going to be an easy ride. And if we blow everything out, it's game over, because we don't know how long it's going to be until the market recovers. So for now, projects need to be consolidating. They need to be biding their time, keeping those funds back, ready for a big splash when when the market does recover, because those marketing funds are going to be able to work so much better, so much harder for you, ready when that bull run next happens, and you can bring on new people, new money. We had a project recently that we're in a super fortunate position that at the end of the bull run, they'd managed to raise loads of money, loads of funds. But as far as from what I could see, they were going to splash loads of that money on getting on. I think it was like 600 B&B, and they wanted to raise something like between 1,000 and 2,000 B&B at pre-sale. But they didn't really need those funds, and they wouldn't have recovered those funds in the way the market is at the moment. It would have been much better, and they will be better, to just keep those funds back, bide the time, and then use them, when the market recovers.
Right. So you're saying they need to be using them strategically, right? So what you're saying is that it's not a good idea to go to a lot of these different call groups and spend a ton of money just creating a pump and dump. Isn't that crypto right now?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, and that is all that will happen if you put money into call groups and stuff right now, because people are too quick to just get out. Quick, I've got my 2x, get out, next project. Even that's becoming difficult, to get your 2x. So
yeah. So you're saying that projects should really be strategic about how they spend their money on marketing and really start building out the utility of their project so they have something to market instead of marketing before they even have their first.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
So that brings me to the third point that is the key for a project. So like you just mentioned there, David, through the door, actually got any, they've got and a dream, and sometimes that's the unrealistic. The problem is a lot of people, they're basically using investors to fund a business. And while it works sometimes, you got to make sure that there is a reason for it being in crypto.
Right. I think you're having a few issues over there with your microphone, Toby. We're getting
working. Sorry.
Yeah. I was just gonna tell you, I think we're having some issues with your microphone over there. You're getting like about every 3 words in, and then it kind of cuts off, and we're getting a little bit of feedback and everything. Again, it may be the wife that she decided to go on Amazon and spend all that money you've been making in crypto. So Mark, what do you think about when we start the next rally? I know we talked about
How's
kind of
that?
where Bitcoin's going. Where do you think the rally point is going to be?
Do you mean like a date and like where in the future it's going to happen?
Yeah, if I'm sitting here with a bag, you're the guy I'm going to. You're the guy I trust. You're the only one that knows how to make sound investments and not do all these 100x leverage trades that I see all the time going through legit crypto land. So what do you think? What month, what day, where do you think we're going?
Well, for me, this is my issue at the minute, my personal problem. I don't know. I really can't put a date on it. Nobody can, obviously, but like I have no confidence in knowing when it's going to happen. Like I'd like to, get your thoughts on that because for me, with a recession, how long does that take to recover? That's the biggest question for me: the recession and how long that lasts, and therefore when we'll start seeing an uptake again. I really don't know.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of the same stuff that we kind of did in the stock markets, right? If any of you guys were in stocks back in 2008, all the way up through about 2011, right? So it's not the first time we've seen this. It's really the first time we've seen it on this scale in crypto. But honestly, I think crypto's going to do what crypto always does. It's going to survive, and I think we're going to thrive. And I'm looking probably in the later part of August for a small rally, and I think we're going to consolidate for a while. And then when we jump over into January, I think that's really going to be the start of a major rally heading to the uptick, and then obviously some more consolidation again. I'm not saying we're going into a full bull market when we get into January, but I do think we're going to see a lot of consolidation and things moving up in the space. So I'm pretty excited. Like I said, late August, I'm looking for a small rally, some consolidation, and then some continuation when we get into January. And obviously, there's going to be some points for entry points in and out as well. So, well, we're kind of getting to the end of the podcast. We're coming up on that hour. We want to make sure our listeners come back and join us next time, which will be every Tuesday at 8 p.m. UTC time. Again, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Toby. Zavdi, also thank you as well for coming on as a one of the team members from BlockStar. But thanks to Legit Crypto Lounge, we're going to make sure we get all of their links in. But I am going to give you guys the last word. So if there's anything you guys want to say about to any of the listeners out there about Legit Crypto Lounge and some of the stuff you guys are doing, I'm going to give you guys the last word.
Go for it, Toby.
Yeah, I'm not sure how good my connection is. Can you hear me now? I've taken my
Yeah,
headset.
that's much better.
Much better.
Okay. Must be a problem with my headset. So yeah, sorry guys. So I was basically just before that, I was just saying that utility is the third thing that we look for in a project. But yeah, so guys, come check us out. Legit Crypto Lounge on Telegram. It'll take you through our portal. We're basically trying to keep authentic. We're trying to be real. We're trying to be a place for investors to come and learn. We've got a smallish community, but a real community. So we're about 1,300 members, I think now. We do lots of fun giveaways, like the most active people, and duck races all the time. We've recently started a jackpot giveaway for our AMAs, which rolls over from each AMA to every AMA. And we are going to be improving on that slightly. We're going to be bringing an NFT aspect into it. But the NFTs will be pretty much all given away. You'll get a chance to own a really cool NFT, a chance to win. One of them will win the jackpot. Some of them will win smaller prize money. Some of them will win an NFT for the next series. So yeah, we're looking forward to bringing that to everyone. But yeah, if you're looking for a place just to come and communicate, just to come and learn, come and find some good projects. We've got a Deegan side group, so there's something to appeal to everyone. So if you're looking for quick in and out plays with not much utility, then we kind of separate the two chats. But yeah, then if you want to say anything on that, Mark, before we close off.
No, yeah, just you've described it perfectly. I just want to personally say to David Hunter, we really appreciate you as well, and people like yourself in our community, because you add a lot of value to our community, whether it's AMAs, asking the more technical questions. Obviously, me and Toby go into a lot of detail about various elements to try and test legitimacy, but you come from a real technical coding background, and having people like yourself within those AMAs and within our community helping people makes a massive difference. And I know that looking at BlockStar as well, I know how much work you put into that, and I can see where you're going with it. And it's what I love is the fact that we've been able to see it right from the start and watch it grow. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it develops into the future as well, and what you can do with the space.
Hey, we appreciate all of those kinds words, Mark and Toby. And guys, hey, make sure you guys check them out here on BlockStar. They do have an official group here, and they also do have it over on Telegram as well. Hopefully, again, they're going to be doing AMAs between both. We had some exciting news to announce about that stuff coming up on the next Tuesday at 8 p.m. UTC. So make sure you join in to find out how we're able to make it to where you can do AMAs on both at the same time. So it'll be Telegram and on BlockStar. So again, thank you, Mark and Toby, for joining us today, and we will see you guys on another AMA next Tuesday. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, David.